welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here then welcome. And I'm feeling very bright and glowy today, but I have had to put the lights on because I'm filming this at night, so if I'm looking a bit ghostly, that's why. It's been a while since I did any videos to do with the dining plan specifically, going into detail about them, and there have been some changes. So what I'm going to do is a series of 3 videos. The first one, which is this video, will be about the quick service dining plan, then another one about the regular dining plan, and a third one about the deluxe dining plan. And I'll go into detail about exactly what it is, how much it costs, recommendations on where to actually eat. So even if you have never been on a trip before, or if you've done the dining plan before, there will be something for everyone in this video, even if the beginning part of it, you know the basics already. And I do have footage to insert along the way to show you places that I'm talking about and things like that, so it won't just be looking at me while I talk. So to start off with, just in case you don't know anything at all about the dining plan or what it is, the Disney dining plan is a food package basically that you can prepay before you go on your trip. And there are various different packages, like I was just saying, where they have kind of different types of meals that you can have, and today we are talking about the quick service. And by having your meals and snacks prepaid, it just makes it easier for you when you are on your trip to just go into a restaurant. You don't have to kind of worry about carrying cash or how much you're spending and budgeting so much, because it's already organised before you go. So that's basically what the dining plan is. And the first thing to say, you can only have the Disney dining plan if you're staying at a Disney owned and operated hotel. So if you're staying in a villa or staying in a hotel at Universal or off-site somewhere, you can't do the dining plan. Then it has to be staying at Disney, and it also has to be part of a package. So say you're just paying for the hotel, you can't add the dining plan to that if you're not also purchasing your ticket at the same time. So it is something that has to be done together. And on that note, everybody on the booking has to have the same plan. So if there are 4 of you in the room, you all have to have the same dining plan and be on the same package. You can't say just 3 people have the dining plan but not the 4th person who maybe has a small appetite. They would have to have it as well. You can't only have it for a few people, and you also can't have one person on deluxe and another person on the regular one. Like, it has to be all the same for everybody in your party on that booking. For the purposes of the dining plan, Disney consider children 10 years and up to be an adult. Then children between 3 and 9 have to order from a children's menu, and children under 3, there is no dining plan that they can kind of buy into, so they would either share your food or you can order a meal separately for them. And just to explain the definition of quick service, so Disney have different types of restaurants. There are table service restaurants where you make a reservation, or you don't necessarily have to make a reservation, but you sit and there is waiter service and a server comes over and takes your order, etc. Then they also have kiosks, which would literally just be where you kind of walk up to get a drink or ice cream or something. Then you have quick service, which is where you would walk up to the counter and get your food kind of on a tray and then go and find a seat. For the most part, there are a couple of exceptions to that on quick service, but that's generally the type of meal we're talking about. So on the quick service dining plan, you get 2 quick service meals per day. You also get 2 snacks and a resort refillable mug for your stay. So let's just take each of those elements one by one. For your quick service meal, it could be a combo, like say burger and fries, and then you would also get a drink with it. Sometimes it might be that it's just kind of a main item, and if you wanted to have any sides, then you would have to get that separately. So for example, at Deluxe Burger at Disney Springs, your quick service allocation will get you the burger and the drink, but if you want fries, you will have to get that separately, but you can use one of your snack allocations to get your fries. So there's various different ways that it works depending which restaurant you're in, but whenever you go up to the counter, if you say you're on the dining plan, the cast member will explain to you exactly what you can have. You don't have to be thinking, oh my gosh, I don't know what I can have, before you get to the front. If you're confused about it at all, there's usually a cast member before you actually get to the register who can explain it to you, but if you're not sure, then you can just ask. But for the most part, if you go into a quick service restaurant, it will be kind of one of the main items, so you know, whatever it might be, if there's like a salad or something like that, and then you will get your drink. And as of 2018, I think it started, you can now get an alcoholic drink if it's offered at that location. If alcohol is not offered, then you can sometimes get like a specialty drink. So that could be a smoothie, it could be a milkshake, a nice hot chocolate, things like that. And other times, if those things aren't available, it will be tea and coffee and soda. But as of 2018, they did change it so that the more kind of specialty drinks and alcohol are also included where offered. And a lot of people do ask what alcoholic drinks you can get. It will vary by location. Sometimes they might only have 1 or 2 options. Other places there may be more. But I think if there are cocktails, you can often get those, or beer or wine. So basically, again, just ask what it is that you can actually have included with the dining plan. Next up are the 2 snacks, and as to what a snack could be, there are so many different options. We could be here all day listing them, and I do have some other videos where I talk about snacks, and usually in those I will mention which ones are considered a dining plan credit, so I will link some of my snack videos below. But snacks could be anything, so it could be popcorn, it could be a pretzel. You can use it for bottles of water if you want to. That's maybe not the best use of it, but you can do. If there are festivals at Epcot, they often have like Food and Wine Festival, Flower and Garden Festival. Most of the food items, you can use your snack credits on those. You could use it for a pastry in the morning to have as your breakfast, and then save your quick service meals for lunch and dinner. So many different options. There's absolutely loads. And as to what actually is a snack credit, whenever you see this symbol on any of the Disney menus, that will tell you which items are included in the dining plan. So quite often side items. So for example, at Flame Tree Barbecue in Animal Kingdom, they have their main menu where you can use your quick service meal, but also some of their side items are included on the dining plan as a snack, and some of them are very substantial, like onion rings, or they have some loaded fries. Items that I definitely think you could make like a meal out of. So if you're having lunch, you could have those 2 items, and that would definitely be a substantial lunch, but you're only using your snack credits. So there are so many different options for snacks, and there's loads of good resources out there. The Disney Food blog are a great one. They obviously have the blog, they also have their YouTube channel, so check them out. I will link them below. They have so many videos about different snacks, different things you can get, and like I said, I do have videos about that as well. And lastly, included in your plan is the Refillable Resort Mug, which is this. So everyone will get one of these, and you can use this at all of the resorts, not just the resort where you are staying. Obviously that will involve carrying it around with you, and you can't refill these in the parks, only at the resorts. If you have a rucksack or something that's big enough to put these in, then definitely take it with you, because you may be looking around other resorts and then you can use the mug to get yourself drinks, and then you don't have to buy them separately. You can always use your snack credits for soda and, you know, bottles of soda and water and stuff like that, but obviously if you can use this, then it saves your snack credits to use on something more exciting. And these have a chip in the bottom. That's how Disney know whether or not the cup is activated, and then you can just use it to get tea, coffee, soda and hot chocolate, and the various different resorts have different options, but we usually use these loads. We really try and make the most of them. At some resorts you do find yourself further away from the quick service, because that's normally where the drinks machine is located, in which case you may not get as much use from it, but if you are close enough, definitely try and use this as much as you can, because then you don't have to buy drinks elsewhere. So I'll just go through a couple more things about how you book and use the plan, and then at the end of the video I will go through some recommendations of snacks and quick service places that are really good. So in terms of the cost of the dining plan, so you might have heard of free dining. That is a promotion that people get very excited about every year, where you book your hotel package and your ticket, and you can get the dining plan for free. Depending which resort you're staying at, some of them you will get quick service, some you will get the regular dining plan. Normally the deluxe resorts you will get the regular dining plan, and if you're staying in a moderate, you will get the quick service. And Disney run that promotion usually a couple of times a year, and it varies for if you are in the UK, if you're in the States, if you are elsewhere in the world. It really depends. It's not always the same for everybody, so you would need to just keep an eye on the Disney website to see what's going on. You can Google it. There's a lot of forums out there where people discuss exactly when they think the plan is going to be offered for free, but it's not offered year round. So sometimes you go to book your package and you will need to pay for the dining plan. And the cost of the quick service dining plan is $52.49 per night for adults, and $23.78 per night for children between the ages of 3 and 9. I'm filming this video in February 2019, so if you're watching this a lot later on, just be aware that those prices may have changed and you'll just want to Google it if this is a couple of years later or something to make sure that you have the current prices, but that's what it is at the moment. And like I was saying earlier in the video, say you are staying for a week, you can't do the dining plan for 4 days and then not for the last 3 days. It's part of a package, so it would need to be for the whole week if that's how long you're staying. So you've booked your trip, you've got your dining plan, and you show up at your resort to check in. How it actually works from there, if you have a magic band, or if you're picking up a magic band when you're arriving at your hotel, all of your credits will already be kind of loaded onto your account, so you can start using them right away as soon as you've checked in, and you can use them up until midnight on the day that you check out of your resort. You can use credits in any order you want, so if you wanted to use 4 quick service meals on your first day, you would need quite a lot of stomach space, but you could do that if you wanted to, and then use 0 the next day. And the same with snacks, you could have 1 a day, 2 a day, 3 in a day, and then less the next day. Whatever you want, you can use them in any order. And each time you go to the register to get a snack or a meal, if you're in a quick service, you'll tap your band and it will automatically deduct the amount of credits that you are purchasing. So if you're buying 3 snacks, it'll obviously deduct those 3 credits. And at the bottom of the receipt, whenever you redeem any of your credits, it will tell you what the balance is and how many you have left. And another question that I do see asked quite a lot is whether everybody has to go up. So say there are 4 of you in your party, and you don't. Only one person needs to go up. The other 3 people can go and get a table if you wanted to, and that one person can order everybody's meals and it will just deduct the amount of credits. They're all kind of pooled together, if that makes sense, for your party on your booking. So that's kind of how it works. It's not necessarily individual. That can be a little bit tricky if you are sharing a room, maybe not with your family, and you're sharing with a friend, because then you want to keep track of who has used what credits. And you know, it might be that you're not spending every day together in every park, so you might just want to keep an eye on that. You don't want your roommate to use up all the credits and then you go to buy something and they've eaten them all. And one thing that I hear all the time from people who use the dining plan is that they ended up with loads of credits left over at the end of their trip, and if you don't use them, you lose them. So one thing I would recommend when you're at the very end of your trip, if you do still have credits left over, there are ways to use them up. You can purchase various different things that you could take away with you, like snacks from Goofy's Candy Company, or in the parks there's usually a confectionery store where they have Rice Krispie treats and things like that. And if you don't want to buy things that are going to kind of go bad too quickly, you can buy bags of candy, all kinds of things, boxes of like cookies and things, so you could use those as gifts and souvenirs for people. So do try and use them, because you've got them as part of your package and you don't want to waste them. If you are getting towards the end of the trip and you are finding you've got tons left over, that could be the time to start using them for bottles of water and things that you perhaps wouldn't normally. You can always use them for coffee in Starbucks and stuff like that. So just think of all the different ways you can use them, and you certainly don't want to waste any. If you do end up with quick service meals left over at the end, you can exchange 1 quick service credit for 3 snacks. So if you've got a couple of quick service meals left over, then definitely change those into snacks, and then you can get stuff which you can take home with you. Or if you're, say, in line at a quick service place and you have 2 extra ones left over, if you wanted to, you could treat the people behind you. The cast member will let you do that, but try and make sure that you use them, because you don't want to feel afterwards like you wasted them. And I should have mentioned at the beginning, you can use your dining plan credits in all 4 parks. There are places at Disney Springs and in all of the resorts. Not necessarily every quick service will take the dining plan. So when you first book your trip, if you head over to the Disney website, or there's various different places, I think also on the Disney Food blog, and All Ears is a good place to look. They will have lists of which places accept the dining plan. So just be aware it's not everywhere, but lots of places do accept the quick service plan. So let's get on to a few recommendations of places to use your credits, which I think are either really nice or they're a particularly good use of a credit. So first up, I would say Satuli Canteen in Animal Kingdom. That's a great one. They do quite different things in there compared to a lot of other quick service because I do hear a lot of people saying, oh, is it all burgers and fries and chicken nuggets? Those things are available, but there definitely are other options as well. And Satuli Canteen have some great options. They have some good stuff that's vegan, that's a little bit healthier, but also some things that are just really, really good. So I would definitely recommend trying there. Another thing to mention is that you can use mobile ordering at a lot of locations, and it used to be that you could only do that if you were paying by card, but now you can actually do it if you are using the dining plan as well. So you can log in through the My Disney Experience app and check out which restaurants do mobile ordering, and then you don't have to stand in line. You can just pick from the menu and then go and collect your order when you're ready for it. So that's another thing that you can do at Satuli Canteen, but many other places as well. Okay, I'm just running through the different locations. Another thing to mention, I did briefly touch on this earlier, not every single counter service or quick service place is a situation where you go up and get your food and take it to your table. So Magic Kingdom, places that I would definitely recommend, Be Our Guest is one of them. Now this is one of the few cases with quick service that you need to make a reservation, and you can go for breakfast or for lunch. Dinner would be a table service credit. So if you're on the quick service plan, you would have to go for breakfast or lunch, and reservations do go very quickly, so they are quite hard to get. But that is a restaurant where you place your order, you go and find yourself a table, and they will bring the food to you. You do grab your own drinks and silverware, but it's just a bit of a nicer experience to have the food brought over to you. So that's one I would definitely recommend, but do make sure you try and get a reservation because it's extremely busy there. Over in Epcot, I would definitely check out Sunshine Seasons. They have quite a wide variety of items there, and they have some definitely some different things if you're not just into burgers. They have noodles and fish and chicken and all kinds of different things, and it kind of varies in there. There's a lot of choice. And in the France Pavilion in Epcot, they have Boulangerie Patisserie. That's a really great place to go and use some of your dining plan credits. They have some great items there that you can use for snacks as well, but it's really, really good. I love that place. Katsura Grill in the Japan Pavilion is really good. They do a chicken cutlet curry in there that I personally don't like. I hear really good things about it though, so if that's your kind of thing, you should check that out. They have noodles and stuff there as well. And Tangerine Cafe in the Morocco Pavilion, that's a really great place to go if you're quite hungry, because they do these really nice platters that are quite big. It's quite a lot of food, and I think they have lamb and chicken. They also have a vegetarian one, which I hear really good things about. So I will try and find a photo if I can and put it in. I'll put credit on the screen for whoever's picture it is, but that's a really good place to go if you are feeling quite hungry and you want something a bit different. And Hollywood Studios, in its current phase, there's probably the least amount of kind of places that I really like in terms of quick service, but I do like Rosie's All American Cafe. There they have a fried green tomato sandwich, and they also do a burger with onion straws, which I just really like, so that's quite a good place to go to if you're after that kind of food. And if you're looking for something substantial, I would check out ABC Commissary. In there at the moment, they have a barbecue rib platter, they have like shrimp and stuff like that. So if you want something a little bit different and you're quite hungry, I would definitely go there. And at Disney Springs, there are so many great places. I particularly like Wolfgang Puck Express. You can get some really good stuff in there. And I believe in there it's still the case that you order at the counter, but they bring the food to you, unless that's changed. So in the evening, that can be kind of a nicer place to go if you want the food brought over to you rather than taking it to the table yourself. Blaze Pizza is amazing. It's such good pizza. I can highly recommend going there. Earl of Sandwich is great. They do a BLT sandwich in there, which I just can't get enough of. It's amazing. You also have Deluxe Burger. So there are so many places at Disney Springs to use your quick service credits. And in terms of the resorts, probably my favourites, Landscape of Flavours over at Art of Animation. I absolutely love it there. They do a kind of build your own pasta type thing that I love, and they do have quite a few options. It's quite a big food court there, so I would recommend that. And also we've had some really good stuff at the Mara over at Jambo House at Animal Kingdom Lodge. They do some really great stuff there as well. And also I would mention Roaring Fork at Wilderness Lodge. They also have some good options there. So I think that is everything I wanted to cover. If there's anything I've forgotten or any questions you have, even if they seem like little questions or silly questions, put them below and I will try my best to answer them or direct you to a place where you can find the answer. Like I said at the beginning of the video, I will also be doing videos on the regular dining plan and the deluxe dining plan, so I will link those below as soon as those are available to watch. And don't forget to check out the videos I've linked below on snacks, and I also have a playlist which is all of my Disney food videos, so there's lots to look at in there as well. If you're not already subscribed, hit the subscribe button to make sure you don't miss any upcoming videos. I upload a video every Wednesday and a Disney vlog every Saturday, which could be Disney World. I've got Tokyo Disney ones, Disneyland Paris, all kinds of things, so definitely check those out as well. As always, I want to thank you so much for watching. I hope you're all having a great day, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.